And finally today, Sean, we have everyone's favorite segment, The Monthly 10, where we each challenge each other to make increasingly silly top 10 lists.
Yes.
Last month, I had you rank the 10 most nihilistic anime, and that was a very depressing segment. And then you, Sean Chapman, challenged me because November is the month of your birth. You're turning 32 this month. And you're joining me in the old folks' home here. And you challenged me. You said, Jonathan, I want you to rank, this is your words, the top 10 absolute best possible birthday presents / gifts for Sean Chapman.
Yes. I mean, I'm excited. You know, I'm a birthday boy, and I deserve some gifts. That's how I feel, and that's what should happen.
All right. Well, I'm going to have some links in the chat for you, because some of these I'm going to have to show you. So, Sean, I scoured the internet. I thought long and hard. I went far and wide to find you the top 10 best birthday presents for Sean Chapman. And I have rated these number 10 to number 1 based on the cost of the item or experience in question. Okay. So that is how I ranked them. All right?
Yes.
So starting off, the first thing I want to get you for your birthday that I think would be a great birthday present, this I found on Yahoo Japan. This is a Suzumiya Haruhi film strip bookmark, and it is a film strip bookmark specifically depicting the pool scene from The Endless Eight. And I think the idea of getting you a slice of film showing scenes from our favorite anime thing ever, maybe, The Endless Eight, would be a great gift. This is only 2,500 yen, so it's about $15, so it's cheap, but I think you would treasure it for life.
Yeah, it's like shockingly cheap. Well, I guess maybe not shockingly cheap given The Endless Eight's reputation outside of this Zoom call. but
yes.
Yes.
Here's, Sean, here I want to read you. This is a translation of what the guy is saying on Yahoo Japan who is selling this. He says, this is a film bookmark that was randomly included in the first limited edition of The Melancholy of Suzumiya Haruhi DVD. Since the cut edge is slanted, it seems that it was actually cut from a long piece of film. The inclusion itself was random, and the pictures were even more random, so it must have been quite difficult to collect them all. This is a scene from The Endless Eight. Haruhi, Kyon, and Koizumi are in the picture. Haruhi's whole body is included in the cut, highlighting her great figure, and she is very cute. The photo was taken with the indoor light shining through, and both the film and the iPhone were shaky, so it seems the quality of the film itself is also quite high. It was included in the second picture, and after purchasing it, I stored it in the DVD case, just like when I bought it. I would be happy to give it to a fan. Thank you.
Yeah. No, that's very good. I do like his, that Haruhi's whole body was contained within the cut, which emphasizes the niceness of her style, if you wanted to literally translate it, and it is very cute. Yes, that's a very funny, weird sentence to have included. I do like, that if it's an Endless Eight thing, that it's like one of the scenes that is one of like the iconic moments that is in all of them, where Kyon has his realization that things are fucked up. This is a very creative one, Jonathan. I look forward to you buying it for me and sending it over here.
Okay, I want to be clear, I have no money, and even if I did have money, some of the things on this list I could never afford. We're starting small.
Yes.
All right, for number 9, I know you like to read, I know you like Godzilla, and I can guess as an English teacher, you probably appreciate a good independent bookstore. I scoured the bookstore, the Matt Zoller Sites online press, the arts bookstore of the internet. The film critic Matt Zoller Sites has started running his own bookstore, which is very nice. He actually is selling my book 200 reviews there, which is like the coolest thing that has ever happened to me.
He's also a big fan of Godzilla as well. Just a shout out there. He's one of my people.
Yes, absolutely. And they are currently selling this new biography of Honda Ishiro, the director who helped bring Godzilla to life. And it is Ishiro Honda, A Life in Film from Godzilla to Kurosawa by Steve Reifel and Ed Godzisweski. I can't pronounce that guy's last name.
Godzisweski.
Not my fault. Yeah, there we go. It even has a foreword by Martin Scorsese. Buying it from Matt Zoller Site's website is $57, and I think that would be perfect because I'm guessing you would like the book. I know you would like the subject matter, and you would appreciate we didn't give Jeff Bezos money and buy it from Amazon.
Yeah, this is good. I favorited this because I have bought a couple of things from Matt Zoller Site's bookstore, but I have not seen this, so I went ahead and that's now saved onto my account.
All right.
Although hopefully I don't have to buy it myself because hopefully someone will buy it for me because it'll be my birthday soon.
All right. Next, another Yahoo Japan auction item. I want to buy you this Kyon Yui Hirasawa model electric guitar in good condition. It is a Les Paul / Sakura highlight type guitar that is modeled after Yui's guitar in Kyon, and it is surprisingly cheap. At the time, okay, it has gone up in price. the auction had started at 10,000 yen. It's gone up to 30,000 yen.
And
so it would be more, although...
I mean, I don't know how good this guitar is. That is incredibly cheap for a guitar. Just to say, the guitars go for easily over $1,000 if it's a decent guitar.
Yeah, this would be like $200 right now based on the current price there and the exchange rate. So I knew you would appreciate this because you love guitars, you love Yui, you love Keone, and you would appreciate the gesture. Even if it was a shitty guitar, I think you would probably enjoy having this.
Yes. I think my favorite part is that, so this is not just like it's the same model of guitar that Yui used, which if it was, it would be incredibly expensive. Yes. But like in order to point that out, they did on the... Oh God, what do you even call that part of the guitar? But where where you tune it up at the top, you've got her name, Yui Hirasawa, and the Keone logo is on there, and that is incredibly funny to me. It's like a funny spot to put that. It does look very nice in the pictures. I don't know what... I've only ever imported books and... I mean, that's basically it from Japan, and like a couple of games and stuff like that. So I do not know what importing a guitar would be like. It would be very nervous about it getting damaged in the transportation. But this is very cool. Oh, it's got a little booklet. Oh, look at all that.
Yeah. All right. That's your number 6. Sean, your number 7 is the first of several experiences I am buying you.
Okay.
Well, theoretically buying you for this trip. And that is a trip to the Moby Dick Marathon 2025, which is January 3rd to 1st. And it is January 3rd to 1st at the New Bedford Whaling Museum in Bedford, Massachusetts. Let me read the description on the website for this unforgettable event. From January 3rd to 5th, 2025, the New Bedford Whaling Museum invites you to join one of the world's most renowned readings of Herman Melville's iconic American novel, Moby Dick. The Moby Dick Marathon features a 25-hour readathon from Saturday to Sunday, interspersed with exciting Melville-inspired activities. Enjoy engaging conversations with scholars from the Melville Society Cultural Project, the MSCP as we all know, live performances, hands-on activities, and more. Since 1997, the New Bedford Whaling Museum has celebrated the anniversary of Melville's 1841 departure from the port of New Bedford in Fairhaven aboard the whale ship Oxnet with this beloved midwinter tradition. Sean, are you excited to go to Bedford, Massachusetts and have fun listening to Moby Dick for 25 hours?
This is amazing, Jonathan. You have to let me read through the itinerary because this shit is amazing. Okay, so on Friday, January 3rd, it starts with the Moby Dick dinner and program. We'll have special guests that have not been announced. At 5 p.m., a cocktail reception and dinner, followed by a special program at 6:30 p.m. Kick off this year's Moby Dick Marathon with a delicious dinner in our Harbor View Gallery, followed by a captivating program. This is a ticketed event with tickets coming soon. All other Moby Dick Marathon programs are free to attend and open to the general public. On Saturday, January 4th, you start nice and early in the morning, 9:30 a.m., Stump the Scholars. Put your knowledge to the test and ask a burning question to the Melville Scholars in this fun and lively program for the chance to earn a I Stumped the Scholars pin. Have you ever puzzled over Queequeg's actual island home? Was it Melville or Ishmael who compared whales to books? Have a similar question? We want to hear from you. This program is a playful give and take between the questioner and two teams of Melville experts. Questions from Melville's novels, art, poetry, and short stories are welcomed and up for exploration. I got to get my Bartleby the Scrivener questions ready to bring to this because it's not just Moby Dick, it's all Melville. All right, 10 a.m., the Little Whalers Storytime, Craft Making, and Scavenger Hunt, which is in Classroom 1 in the Science Classroom main level. It says, calling all kiddos, join us for an hour of storytime and craft activities, then go on your own exciting whale scavenger hunt. Prizes available upon completion. So I love the idea of bringing kids with you to the Moby Dick Marathon and being like, you kids go over to have a Little Whalers Storytime while I'm, I need to refine my questions for the Melville experts. 11:25 a.m., you get extracts of the book read by members of the Melville Society Cultural Project. At noon, Call Me Ishmael, the main attraction. With the strike of 8 bells, the Moby Dick Marathon begins with those 3 famous opening words, Call Me Ishmael. At 1:30 p.m., Father Mapple's sermon, Seaman's Bethel, a reserved seating at Bethel, live stream at the museum in the Harbor View Gallery. This portion of the reading has limited seating and seats will be assigned by lottery. Okay, so I know, yes. Okay, so the sermon in the book, I assume, is going to be read in an actual church. That's great. This is the one when I was skimming through, I was very excited to see. 1:30 p.m. Portuguese Mini Marathon, or the PMDM, at the Cook Memorial Theatre. Dozens of participants at the museum joined together with readers in mainland Portugal, the Azores, Madeira Islands and Cape Verde Islands to read the shortened adaptation of Moby Dick created by Tiago Patricio in Portuguese. Doors open at 1:30 p.m., remarks at 1:45 p.m., reading runs 2 to 6 p.m., so 4-hour reading in Portuguese, which that is incredibly specific. Of all the languages it's been adapted to, I don't know if there's something famous about this Portuguese adaptation, but that's great. I'm going to skip a couple of the other ones. You get some other things like a chat with the Melville Scholars, stuff like that. At 6:30 p.m., Cousin Jose's Chowder Hall and the Decanter Tap Room. Recharge and warm up with complimentary chowder or purchase other offerings from one of the food and beverage vendors on site. That's referencing a character from the book. Then on Sunday, January 5th, the 20th hour treat at 8 a.m., you get fueled up for the home stretch of reading Moby Dick. And then 9:30 a.m., chat more with the Melville Scholars. And then the epilogue will be at 1 p.m. at the Harborview Gallery. Prizes for the hardy souls that make it through the entire night as you finish your reading of Moby Dick. This sounds fucking amazing and absolutely ridiculous.
The best thing is this would be a really cheap trip, Sean.
Yeah.
This is why it's number 7, is here's what I got. Admission to the museum is $23. I can get you tickets to New Bedford, Massachusetts on a flight for $200 round trip, so that's easy. We're buying out early enough, and I'm estimating $200 a night for lodging for 4 nights, so I'm guessing we'll only spend around $1,100 on this trip. So that's a good use of time, I think, and money.
Yeah, and I just clicked on the link that said, like, sign up to read, and it takes you to a Sign Up Genius that you can use to, they're like 5-minute little windows that you can sign up for, and most of them only have one person on the wait list. So, you know, I could probably get a few of these. Yeah, goddamn.
Pretty great, huh?
Pretty great.
Next one, a little simpler, but a little more expensive. For number 6, I want to buy you this Shin Godzilla statue from the Crunchyroll store. It is 22 inches high. It is $16.99. It is $1,699. And it is this giant statue of Shin Godzilla. It does look really cool. My only request is if I buy you this thing, you have to put it in your classroom.
I would, except for my fear is that it would somehow get destroyed in some sort of teenage accident. It's Jesus Christ, this fucking thing is crazy looking. Does it come with like a purple smoke machine, like in the one picture with it like covered in purple smoke?
It does not say that. I guess purple smoke is bought separately in this case.
I mean, it's a very cool looking statue. I don't know if it's $1,615 good. Like that's a lot. That's a lot of money for a statue. Maybe we need to see it in person to really get the effect across.
Yeah, but that's number 6. My number 5, we're going up to $4,000, and this is from Etsy. I found an Etsy seller who is selling full-size TARDIS replicas that you will buy and ship to your backyard. Actually, it does not ship to the United States. We would probably have to use a proxy service, but we can just ignore that for now. This dude makes pretty fucking good TARDIS replicas based on this Etsy listing, and I think you should have a TARDIS in your backyard.
Yeah. Although it is, I would not have included this picture. I understand why it's there, but there's something very depressing about the picture in the listing that has the door open and it's just an empty wooden box. I would have just not done that, or put like a little, print out of one of the shots from the show of the inside of the TARDIS and just had it in there or something. Because there is something sad about seeing an empty TARDIS that doesn't have the TARDIS in there. But the outside of it looks great. It would be hilarious to confuse the ever-living shit out of whatever service you tried to use to get this shipped over to you. It's like, what the fuck is this person doing with their life? Yeah, it looks good. $4,000. Like this, the price of this makes more sense. That this is a custom-made wooden, real-life-size TARDIS. Hell yeah. Yes.
All right. Number 4 is, Sean, I don't have a link for this one, but I have planned you a birthday trip to go see the Unicorn Gundam statue in Odaiba, Japan.
Okay.
I have been there. I have experienced the Unicorn Gundam. It's pretty great. So here's the itinerary I've made for you. You are flying out November 21st on United Airlines at 11:30 a.m. I got you nonstop first class to Japan. That is a $2,500 round trip. I then got you a limo service in a Toyota Hiace, which is a big Toyota van. They will give you also, for a little extra, I got you a soft drink, like a Calpis, and a tour guide from Narita the airport to Odaiba, Japan. That cost me 100,000 yen, $700. Not that bad for all the good stuff you're getting there. I'm also throwing in an extra 100,000 yen for you to spend at the Gundam base in Odaiba, which is the big Gunpla store that is behind the Unicorn Gundam in the big building. So you can spend up to $650 on Gunpla if you want. And I'm estimating $200 a night for lodging for a full week, so you can also just spend the time. Anything else you do in Japan, that's going to be on your budget, but I'm at least paying for your lodging. The total cost of this is around $5,000. I think it's a pretty good Gundam-themed birthday trip.
That's pretty good, although, I mean, if you're smart about this, you could just get me the TARDIS first, and then I can just use the TARDIS to get to Japan and cut out the whole plane trip.
Yes, indeed. But there you go. That's your trip to Japan. Next up, we're going up in the budget because this item is apparently worth $13,500, and I can't send the full link because the link is too long for chat because this site has too long links. So sorry, I am getting this fixed. There we go. Now you can click on it, Sean.
All right.
I want to buy you this copy from eBay of the Amazing Spider-Man Annual #1 from 1964. This is the most valuable Spider-Man comic in existence, I have been told. Apparently, it's where the Sinister Six were revealed.
Yep.
And it goes for about $13,000. And there you'll finally be able to read this one.
Yes, I'll finally get to know what happens when Spider-Man fights the Sinister Six. I mean, Spider-Man Annual #1 is great. It's an absolute classic. It would be hilarious to make the mistake of actually opening this thing up and it's like you could read this comic in a lot of different forms. But it would drop from
wait a
that.
second. I assumed since it's so valuable, you had never read it before because you didn't have $13,500 to spend on it. Where the hell did you read it?
I have means and ways such as the Amazing Spider-Man Volume #1 sold on newspaper paper when I was 8 years old that I bought from Barnes & Noble. That was in black and white. Make it even more old school.
All right. Well, I hope you'll enjoy this anyway.
I mean, 72 big pages. Let me bring up my calculator really quick, and let's find out how many dollars is that per page. So it's $13,500. Let's divide that by 72 big pages, and that would be $187.5 for each of those big pages.
Well, you put it that way, I think we'd be stupid not to buy this.
Exactly.
All right. Sean, #2 is an experience I am calling 1 week of goddamn peace and quiet.
Now that's priceless.
That's priceless, but I have put a price on it. So here's the thing, Sean. I looked this up. As of September 2024, the average U.S. hourly wage is $35.36. So if you multiply that by 40 hours a week, that would be $1,414. You have, according to you, I asked you last night, 98 students.
Yes.
So I'm trying to figure out what we could pay their parents to just keep them home for a week. So I'm figuring we pay them.
Man, there's going to be some other teachers that are very happy about this birthday present, too, I got to tell you.
Yes. I mean, we can't keep them out of just one class. It's going to be easier to just get them out all together. So I figure we pay their parents the average U.S. hourly wage for a week. I think that is a fair trade. Each family will get $1,414. You multiply that by 98. This will cost $138,000. Was technically $138,572. But you, Sean, will have 1 week of goddamn peace and quiet because the kids will all be home. You can do whatever the fuck you want for those 5 days. And that is priceless, but it will cost me $138,000.
This is a great idea. I'm shocked that this is not #1 because this is pretty good.
Yeah. What are you going to do with your week of peace and quiet?
Sleep.
All right.
Just sleep.
Well, there we go.
Sleep the sleep of the dead. I'm going to just get in my coffin and just lie down.
Speaking of coffins and sleep of the dead, my #1 is death. Truly priceless because if longtime listeners will remember.
Yes.
That in our 100th episode of the Weekly Stuff podcast, our dearly departed Weekly Stuff podcast, we did a topic called the Top 100 Stuff. And on the Top 100 Stuff, I think my #1 was something like family and friends, like a normal person. Your #1 stuff ever was death, the concept of death, which you said was your favorite thing in the world. So I think the best present I can offer, and it is truly priceless, is a promise to kill you. You can decide when, where, how, or you can tell me to make it a surprise, dealer's choice. But this is my gift to you, is the gift of death.
I like this. That it's also it's less the gift of death and it's the gift of the real world, the most dangerous game that I get to like it's to me. I interpret this more as like it's a contest of wits, the ultimate battle between Sean and Jonathan, the thing that ends the podcast for all time. Is we just either you come over here or I go over there, and it's just. The two men enter, one man leaves, and we just see who survives. But whoever loses dies a death of glory, and whoever wins gets to tell the tale till the end of time. I like the idea of that a lot. That's a good birthday present.
All right. Well, Sean, are you satisfied with these as a top 10 list of presents for Sean Chapman?
Yes, I'm looking forward to all of these, Jonathan. I'm a little bit worried about what it's going to do to your budget when you buy all these things for me, but I appreciate you looking out for me, and I do think I deserve it. I am getting old now. 32 years is just like it's too long, and so it'd just be nice, just have 10 great or 9 great presents, and then the present that never stops giving, the present that gives for all time, and just finally lets things be. That is the truly greatest gift of all.
Well, speaking of the greatest gift of all, for next month, it's Christmas, and it's your turn to do a top 10 list.
Yes, it's true.
Now, Sean, as we all know, you're a bit of a Grinch. You live up on a mountain, looking down on the rest of us. You don't have a ton of Christmas spirit.
Well, I don't clarify. I don't live on a mountain. I live outside the scope of the Earth sphere because I cradle it in my hands because I am, of course, Sonic Miku. So it's like, but I am a Grinch. I mean, it's true.
You have flirted with stealing people's presents before, although I don't think you've ever gone through with it. But Sean, in previous episodes of this podcast and over on my website and in at least one book I've published, I've shared my favorite Christmas movies and shows and whatnot. But I want to make you do it for December. I want, in your definition, your top 10 Christmas, insert here, it can be movies, TV episodes, specials, whatever, however you want to define it, make it yours. What I really want to learn through this top 10 list is what the Christmas spirit means to you through the media you consume in the form of a ranked top 10 list. So that is my challenge to you for December.
Okay, I just typed that list. This is my definition of this list. It is top 10 Christmas.
Okay.
Whatever form that may take.
Next month, the top 10 Christmas.
Hell yeah.